The rule of three silences. The code of the strong that no one explains to you. From a young age, we were told that talking was a sign of intelligence, that those who speak incessantly demonstrate confidence. But there's an uncomfortable truth that almost no one acknowledges. The strong don't win because they talk more. They win because they talk less. Marcus Aurelius said that the soul is strengthened when it remains still, in the face of what it cannot control. And perhaps that's exactly what you're lacking today. How many times have you shared your plans and seen someone extinguish your enthusiasm? How many times have you opened your heart and noticed that many are comfortable with your pain, but strangely uneasy in the face of your victory? It's not a coincidence. It's happened to all of us, to me too. There was a time when I shared every step, every small achievement, like someone who believes everyone wants to see you succeed. Over time, I discovered something harsh. Some opportunities closed because I spoke too much. Some relationships fractured because I overexposed myself. And certain projects collapsed because I gave away information I should never have given away. And it was from that silence I didn't yet know how to master that a profound transformation was born. There I discovered the rule of the three silences, a code as ancient as the Stoics, and so powerful that it can change how you live, how you act, and how you protect yourself. No one teaches you this, and those who learn it almost never share it. Today I'm going to open that door for you, but you must be prepared, because when you hear this message, you will never look at silence the same way again. Perhaps you will finally understand why. Silence is power. Before delving into the three silences, you need the foundation that supports this code. Seneca said that part of human unhappiness stems from the constant need to talk, to be seen, to prove something. For him, true strength lay not in a restless tongue, but in a mind that observes, analyzes, and only acts when necessary. Epictetus reinforced this teaching. Nothing you reveal can be taken back. Words are arrows, he said. Once launched, they do not return. And it is astonishing how, 2,000 years later, we continue to make the exact same mistake. I remember a situation that could have changed my life. I was about to take on a project that could have taken me to a whole new professional level. I was motivated, eager, full of energy. And that's where the mistake began. I talked too much. I explained my plans, my strategy, my desire to grow. I even shared details with people I considered friends. What I didn't see was that, by talking so much, I exposed my weaknesses, my insecurities, the parts of me that were still under construction. The sabotage didn't come directly. It wasn't open or declared. It came in the form of doubts, small comments, phrases disguised as concern. The opportunity that seemed certain began to crumble, and I lost it, not through incompetence, but because I announced too much, too soon. That's why the Stoics valued silence, as a form of emotional intelligence, not a weak silence born of fear, but a strategic silence born of wisdom, from someone who understands that life rewards those who act with calm, intention, and purpose. Now, let's get into the rule of the three silences. Silence 1, the silence of progress. Perhaps the most difficult when you're beginning to transform yourself. When you improve, when you heal, when you rebuild yourself. It's natural to want to show it. It's natural to want to share your victories. But reality isn't like fantasy. People tolerate your pain, but they have a problem with your growth. Talking about failures doesn't threaten anyone. Talking about your advancement does. Even if it's not your intention, that's how they perceive it. You've surely experienced this. That forced smile when you recount an achievement. That comment like, "Are you sure it's that big of a deal?" Or that awkward silence when you mention something that made you happy, and the other person doesn't know how to hide the discomfort your success causes them. Growing in silence isn't hiding. It's protecting yourself. True progress doesn't need an announcement. It reveals itself. It's noticeable in your habits, your behavior, your gaze. It's like a tree growing. No one hears the noise. No one sees the process. But when you least expect it, it already occupies its place in the world. I experienced this deeply. After many falls, when I finally began to rebuild myself, I learned to be silent. It's amazing how everything flows better when your actions speak for you. No one sabotages what they don't know. No one destroys what they don't see. No one stops what you build in silence. If you're starting a change, remember, the world doesn't need to know. Let the silence do its work. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to Stoic Spring. cultivating content that strengthens your inner peace, transforms your life little by little. If you value this kind of growth, this channel will be your daily ally. Step 2. The silence of anger. This is the silence that separates the mature from the impulsive. The most challenging, because it demands you conquer yourself. While the first silence protects your plans, this one protects your dignity. In a world where everyone reacts, where everyone explodes, where every provocation ends in conflict, silence becomes strength. Whoever provokes you wants your reaction. Whoever pressures you wants to see where it hurts. And when you explode, you give yourself away. By responding with anger, you reveal your weak point. The Stoics mastered this. Epictetus said, "No one can make you angry without your consent." The true victory is not letting yourself be swept away. And I know it's hard. I have reacted impulsively and ruined valuable things. I lost respect, relationships, opportunities. And the most painful thing is realizing how many of those situations would have disappeared with 10 seconds of silence. The silence of anger isn't about enduring everything. It's about observing first, responding strategically, not impulsively, maintaining moral and emotional control. Because those who control themselves become unpredictable, and those who attack you no longer know your next move. They lose power. Think about how many arguments changed nothing, only drained your energy. How many times you over-justified yourself, only to discover that the other person never wanted to understand you, only wanted your reaction. When you master this silence, you become impossible to manipulate, and that's intimidating. Silence 3. The silence of truth. The deepest, the most strategic, the most powerful. It's the silence you keep when you know the truth about someone, but choose not to reveal it yet. When you discover who spoke, who betrayed you, who underestimated you, who used you, and yet you choose to observe, wait, and act only when it's truly necessary. This silence changes your view of people. The truth is a weapon. Whoever tells everything they know loses the advantage. But whoever knows and remains silent sees further. You perceive patterns, intentions, vulnerabilities. You discover who is truly with you and who is only pretending. The person who hurt you fears not what you say, but what you keep silent about, because silence breeds doubt, and doubt consumes. I experienced this firsthand. I discovered harsh truths about people I cared about. Everything inside me wanted to confront, expose, shout. I know what you did. But for the first time, I chose silence. That silence gave me clarity. It allowed me to see that person as they truly were. And at the precise moment, without fights, without arguments, I simply walked away. That silence saved my peace and gave me the advantage. I acted when I wanted to, not when I was provoked. The silence of truth builds empires. It makes you difficult to manipulate, difficult to deceive, difficult to bring down. Someone who observes first, understands later, and acts last, and wins precisely because of that. The reward of the 3 silences. The rule of the 3 silences is not a technique. It is a philosophy, a code used by the strong, the calm, the mature, and the strategists. He who speaks everything loses everything. He who is silent observes. He who observes understands. And he who understands wins. When you master the silence of progress, no one sabotages what you build. When you master the silence of anger, no one controls your emotions. When you master the silence of truth, no one predicts your next move. Silence is not the absence of a voice. It is the presence of power. If this message resonated with you, comment which of the 3 silences you need to strengthen right now. This reinforces your inner commitment and helps others on the same path. And of course, if you want to continue elevating your inner peace and cultivate daily emotional maturity, subscribe to Stoic Spring. Here you will always find reflections that strengthen your spirit and help you build a wiser life. Silence rules, and now you know why.